It's weekend roundup time, and the FTC versus Microsoft preliminary injunction hearing is finally over. Yeah, we've been waiting for this for a long time. In short, PlayStation totally blew it. Maybe not in a case-deciding way, but someone on the Sony side, or possibly on the FTC's legal team, failed to make sure a number of confidential documents were redacted properly, and a bunch of industry secrets were leaked by mistake. Tom Warren and Sean Hollister over at The Verge were quick to report on the situation, revealing the documents put into the public domain appeared to be blacked out with a Sharpie and then scanned, which made the redacted bits mostly legible. Yeah, Sharpies are only for hurricane paths. The big takeaways were that Horizon Forbidden West cost $212 million to make over the course of 5 years with 300 employees, and The Last of Us Part 2 cost $220 million with around 200 employees. That's like $1 million per employee. That's strictly development costs, not including marketing, which for AAA games can easily be another $100 million or more. Chump change. Additionally, the documents reveal that in 2021, over 6 million PlayStation users spent more than 70% of their time on Call of Duty, and about 1 million users spent 100% of their gaming time on Call of Duty. We also found out just how much Call of Duty is worth to PlayStation. According to The Verge in 2021, Call of Duty game sales made Sony $1.5 billion with the B globally. But when you add accessories, subscriptions, and microtransactions, that number jumps to $15.9 billion a year. Or maybe 13.9 billion. It really depends on whether you're squinting and the Sharpie and whatnot. Either way, that's a lot of money. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense why PlayStation wouldn't want to lose Call of Duty, even if Xbox honored a 10-year agreement before making it exclusive. Speaking of Microsoft, they also fell victim to document redaction issues. A confidential list of the company's Xbox acquisition targets was released in the courtroom earlier this week, but it disappeared. And then again, like a crappy magic trick, reappeared with a ton of redactions. Sega and Bungie were very high up on the list. Didn't Bungie used to be owned by Microsoft? Yeah. But the big one that made everyone gasp was Square Enix. That's right, Squeenix.
What?
That's a Microsoft brand, huh? There's been a ton of wild reveals from the court proceedings, and at the time of this recording, we haven't heard the closing statements yet, so there could be even more by the time you are watching this. If that happens, Evan will drop a screenshot or something right here. If not, here's a picture of a cute puppy instead. Aw, look at the pupper. Aww. Look at the little pupper. The court is set to make a decision on the FTC's injunction request in the coming days. If the judge approves the request, then Microsoft will be legally blocked from completing their acquisition of Activision until after they face the FTC in court again for a full trial in August. They will also have to pay a measly $3 billion to Activision for missing the original closing deadline of July 18th and renegotiate new terms, at which point Activision could just walk away, but let's be honest, they probably won't. They're probably gonna go ahead and go through with it. On the other hand, if the court rules in Microsoft's favor, they could likely sign the deal in the coming weeks before the deadline.
Diablo IV was hit with a series of DDoS attacks at the beginning of the week, which caused a number of server issues that kept players from logging on throughout Sunday.
That happened to you, right?
Often during stream.
Ooh,
it sucked.
Brutal.
If you didn't know, Diablo IV is an always online game, so if servers go down, there is no way to play the game, even in single player. Some players were unable to play for 12 excruciating long hours. Blizzard issued a PSA early Sunday morning, and then another one a few hours later. Ultimately, the DDoS attacks ended in the afternoon, and things went back to normal. But this is just a great example of the most crucial issue with always online games. And players saw this coming ahead of time. I know, I did. I've been screaming it. People have been posting on social media for years pleading with Blizzard to provide an offline mode for Diablo IV since way back in 2019 when the game was confirmed to be always online. And those cries have intensified with the most recent outage.
What if I'm on a plane and I want to play Diablo IV?
I just feel bad for everyone with their hardcore characters. Like,
what if I want to like hack the game offline and then get online and have billions of dollars? What about me? Cyberpunk 2077 is about to have a huge reboot with the release of its expansion, Phantom Liberty. That's an invisible Statue of Liberty.
Wait.
Which is admirable considering the game's launch, but now CD Projekt's VP of PR, that was a lot of just individual letters, has come out and said something pretty wild. In an interview with GamesIndustry.biz, Mikhail Platkow-Gillespie said, quote, "I actually believe Cyberpunk on launch was way better than it was received, and even the first reviews were positive." He added, quote, "Then it became a cool thing not to like it. We went from hero to zero pretty fast. That was a tough moment. We didn't know what was happening." If you're a longtime viewer of this channel, you you are well aware of the woes Cyberpunk faced at launch, and generally speaking, there were a lot of issues that didn't seem overblown, especially on consoles. If you're a new viewer, well then, there's a reason why PlayStation pulled the game from its storefront for about 6 months. It was a whole thing.
Pretty bad.
To Platkow Gillespie's credit, early reviews weren't positive, but there should be a big asterisk with that statement. The review codes distributed for Cyberpunk 2077 were on PC only, and it had 2 embargoes, one for written reviews and one for video reviews using their own footage. As a result, many delayed their reviews of the game, including known YouTuber SkillUp, who said he enjoyed the game, but it was clearly unfinished. Obviously, CD Projekt Red has patched the hell out of the game since then, and the new changes to almost every core system in Phantom Liberty sound promising, but let's not get it twisted. The launch was bad, and we'll be keeping an eye on this one as well. I still need to play the game. I haven't played it yet.
You haven't played it
No.
yet? Rejoice, Nintendo fans! The House of Mario has finally figured out online gaming. Well, at least a little bit. In an investor meeting earlier this week, Nintendo President Shintaro Furukawa said the jump from Switch to the next console should be much easier than it's been in the past. As translated by known Japanese game news aggregator Genki, Furukawa said, "As for the transition from Nintendo Switch to the next generation machine, we want to do as much as possible in order to smoothly transition our customers while utilizing the Nintendo account." So there you go. Nintendo accounts will hopefully transition seamlessly to Switch 2, and hopefully we will all see the associated digital purchases that come with that transition. No problems. No confirmation yet if Switch 2 aims to be fully backwards compatible with Switch, but you have to imagine Nintendo doesn't want to lose any of their Switch Online or expansion pack subscribers. So perhaps at the very least, all the emulated and subscription service stuff will still work. It is Nintendo though, so we are not holding our breath.
As long as my bowling scores transfer over. Wait, that was the Wii. That wasn't even the Switch.
Well, they
I
have
got
it on this one.
They do have it on this one. Hey, we'll jump into your comments in just a second, but RTX is next weekend. That's right. From July 7th to July 9th, we will be at the Austin Convention Center celebrating our favorite games, shows, and hobbies with 3 full days of panels, live shows, special events, and meet and greets. Head over to rtxaustin.com for tickets, and we'll see you next weekend. Come say hi to us.
Yeah.
We're going to be there the whole time. We're on the Super Carlin Brothers panel. That's going to be fun, doing Disney trivia. I'm going to crush it.
Last week, we talked about some of the early reveals in the FTC versus Microsoft hearing, which generated a lot of discussion. But we also talked about the new streaming platform Kick giving Amaranth and XQC multi-million dollar contracts. Alex Von Corda wrote in and said what everyone's been thinking. Didn't Mixer, YouTube Gaming, and Facebook Gaming all try the same strategy of buying big streamers and it didn't really work? As soon as the contracts were up, they all went right back to Twitch. Also, only a fraction of the streamers' audience actually followed them over. I don't understand why they're trying a strategy that has already failed multiple times. It's a good freaking point, fam. It would also help if Twitch would stop making bad calls or new ludicrous rules and then walking them back pretending they didn't know any better, or that it was all just a big misunderstanding every single time.
That being said, if Kick wants to give us just $10 million, we'll jump to your platform right now.
Easy money.
Easy money. Are you excited? Because I'm excited for new releases. Synapse, as a mind-breaking operative, invade the subconscious of a notorious enemy of the state and battle the twisted products of his mind. Evolve and master your own combat style by combining increasingly sophisticated skills and abilities. Synapse is coming to the PSVR DOS on July 4th. Happy July 4th.
Alterium Shift. Embark on a journey through the living world of Alteria and experience its dynamic quests, unique turn-based combat, and choice-driven storylines. With 3 branching narratives and unforgettable characters, experience a new adventure with every playthrough. Alterium Shift is coming to PC July 6th.
Add 1 to the embark counter. Save the day as a star-shooting, platform-bouncing cutie pie in Gimmick. Special Edition, Sunsoft's beloved physics-based action platformer finally burst onto current platforms, enriched with a rewind feature, a time attack mode, online leaderboards, and modern extras. Gimmick! Special Edition hits PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on July 6th.
Gylt, shape your fears. Fear the shapes. Embark on a journey where you face your worst fears and are confronted with the emotional impact of your actions in this narrative adventure game with puzzles, stealth, and action. Gylt is coming to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, Xbox One, July 6th.
That's 2 for the Embark counter. New Heights! Experience free solo climbing and bouldering like never before. Go above and beyond on real cliffs and structures. Improve your skills, travel the world, and compete against your friends from the safety of your computer. New Heights hits the PC on July 6th. Only up.
Don't remind me. Rava and the Phantom Library. Embark into worlds of fantastic books haunted by dangerous ghosts. Join Rava and 4 unusual champions in this pixel art platformer and escape the Phantom Library. Rava and the Phantom Library comes to PC July 6th.
The Legend of Heroes trails into reverie. Haven't we done this one before? 3 different legends are about to unfold. Determine the fates of, is it Reen Schwarzer or Rian Schwarzer? Sean Bean or Sean Bond? Lloyd Bannings and the mysterious C in this climactic chapter of the Legend of Heroes series. The Legend of Heroes trails into reverie. Hits PC, PS4, PS5, and Switch on July 7th.
Your favorite explorer, Tad Stones, is back. Embark with Tad and his friends on a new journey through different cities where you will encounter challenging puzzles in your quest to get the Emerald Tablet. Tad, the Lost Explorer, is coming to Switch July 7th.
4 on the Embark counter this week. And lastly, Octane Remix is a fast-paced, non-stop obstacle hell roguelite racing game. Choose your racer, choose your playstyle, and test your skills against the simulation dome. Octane Remix comes to the PC on July 7th. And that's all we've got for you this week. If you are looking for more great inside gaming content, you can catch us streaming every week on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at twitch.tv/roosterteeth.
Now, well, I hope y'all have an amazing 4th of July weekend, and we'll catch you next week. Bye.
Gylt.
Why are all mine weird?
I think it's just Gylt, right?
I've never seen it spelled.
I mean, I haven't either, but I think it's someone being clever.
Gylt. 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 Shape your view.
It's like you have to build into it in the third one.
I don't know.
Gylt.